something crosses the road. It's skeletal like, fleshy, and it stands up, and then it like kind of just almost like leaps.
They look back and they see one. Clear as day. It walked 5 feet away from my audio recorder. We just saw a Bigfoot. Holy crap.
I've been pinched, I've been tapped on the shoulder, I've had my name hollered, a hand came up underneath my left arm. I said, little son of a bitch tried to get me. That was the time that I decided you don't sleep inside that building.
Did you see that?
The cow cur, it's big, it's white, and it runs faster than any man could ever run. And he would lean out behind the tree. And that's why we never go out, because the booger will get you.
What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Exploring the Unknown. I'm Dustin.
I'm Lou.
And we are your hosts with the most ghosts. It's been a minute since I said that. I feel like it's been a minute since we've done a podcast, in all honesty.
Right.
They are becoming few and far between anymore, which is kind of scaring me in a way.
Yeah, I know. I felt the same way.
Like, I don't want this to end. I enjoy doing this, so I want to make sure that we keep it going. I know life happens.
Yeah, I agree.
And we get busy and stuff. Last week we missed putting out an episode, but that's okay. We're here this week.
Yeah, I hate not doing the podcast as much as we used to. And it's like, oh man, I feel like we're slipping.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna go away.
I think because we're coming up on the holidays and stuff, we have a lot that we have to think about, and then you just had that thing recently that happened, so I mean, we have a lot going on. We really do. But with that being said, how are you doing?
Again.
Good. We're trying
It
this.
was Saturday without having to work, and maybe pick up the Christmas tree later on today.
Oh, that'd be cool. Yeah, Renee was talking about wanting to put the Christmas tree up soon. My forehead's really shiny. Oh my god. What's happening? Hold on. We gotta fix that.
Your body's real shiny.
My whole everything is shiny. How's that? Does that make a difference? Am I shiny now? I'm still kind of shiny, but not as shiny as I was. That's okay. Oh well. So, recently they had the UAP Congress meeting. Did you listen to that?
Yeah, we listened together.
I couldn't
remember.
Yeah, I couldn't remember if we both listened to it or if it was just me. What did you think about that?
Very interesting. Very interesting.
Yeah.
Oh, they just say, oh, now UFOs or UAPs.
You know what's kind of blowing my mind?
What?
Not a whole lot of people are reacting to it. They've came out and said, we're not alone, but yet everybody's still going about the day.
Yeah, because everybody knew that we weren't gonna. Everybody knew that. Everybody knew we weren't alone.
Well, I mean, I think that they might have done things they had the Tyson fight not long after they had the Congress meeting. So
yeah,
I don't know. A part of me's like they do things at certain times so that not everybody is fully focused on this or that. Because the election was around that time too, right?
Yeah.
Because this happened. The hearing date, it was November 13th.
The election was the 6th. Something like that.
Say that one more time. What?
The election, wasn't it like the 6th or 7th?
Something like that. I'm not entirely sure. But during the meeting, they had, there's 3 witnesses or 4? I guess that'd be 4. Dr. Tim Galladay. Galladay? I'm probably might be pronouncing that incorrectly. He's a
I like
retired.
to get
You'd like to get what?
I like to get a couple of these guys. Come on, Doc.
Say that one more time. You kind of cut out.
I like to get one of these couple of these guys on the podcast and have them talk.
Yeah, I think that would be cool. I don't know how hard that would be. I mean, we could probably reach out to them in some way, shape, or form. I feel like probably everybody that has a podcast is reaching out to them right now.
Yeah.
But the four people, like I said, Dr. Tim Galladay, he was a retired rear admiral in the U.S. Navy. Luis Elizondo, I think he did most of the talking, it seemed like. Former Department of Defense official. Michael Gold, former NASA Associate Administrator, and Michael Schellenberger, founder of Public and Investigative Journalism, or journalist. Oh, wait, he was Representative Tim Burchett. So, Michael Schellenberger. I feel like he was the guy that was kind of like on the fence about it with what he was saying, it seemed like. Like, he didn't want to make any statements that was too yes or no.
Is that the guy that kept saying I can't say that? Or is that a different guy?
No, I think this was a different guy. He was sitting next to that guy. Because Elizondo was the one that was talking about, like, I can't for sure say this or I can't for sure say that, because he wasn't pretty much what he was saying. That's not what he specializes in.
Yeah.
But they're coming out of the oceans.
That's interesting.
Did you know that they were coming out of the oceans? I mean, I had a suspicion, and I mean, I've seen things before where they've said that was the case.
Yeah, I've seen things. Or heard things that they were coming out of the ocean.
Do you think that that's why they were, like, bombing the ocean?
It's hard to say.
I don't know. I feel like that might be why they were bombing the ocean, because I think that in the areas that they were testing these bombs or explosives or whatever are areas that they were considering to be hotspots for these craft.
Yeah, very possible.
Yeah.
It's hard to say because, I mean, okay. I can't really say if they knew they were in the oceans or not.
Well, I mean, I don't think anybody can really. Unless, I mean, well, they just came out and said that they have.
Well, before the whole thing, like the different why they're bombing the oceans, he said, "Do you think they knew? Is that why they were bombing the oceans?" I don't think. I don't know.
You don't know.
It's hard to say.
They do things, and we don't know why. Well,
Yeah.
I have a couple of things here that I want to show you from TikTok.
Okay.
Let me see here. This one was just posted. This was posted last night. Well, see, that's the thing though. This was posted by a different account, so I don't think that they're the ones that filmed it. I would like to try to figure out how we can do a backward search on like the originator or the original post, or like where we can find where the videos would originate from. But this one's kind of interesting. I want to know I want to see what your opinion is on this.
The aliens are here.
It's hard to say. It kind of looks like you would think, yeah, that's aliens, but then in a way, it kind of looks like spotlights from like a opening or like something like that.
Yeah, I agree.
Grand opening. So I mean, it's hard to say. I mean, There's a bunch of them. So that's the kind of weird thing about it, because there's so many of them. But if you're trying to get that much attention
Right.
for this grand opening,
Right.
but in a way, it doesn't look like, if you look at those lights up in the sky, when you see them like dancing in the sky, you can tell, oh, that's a spotlight. You
Yeah.
can see like the whole beam. But those you can't really see if they were, you can't see the whole beam.
Right. So
So it's hard to say.
that's the thing about a lot of these videos is it's hard to say. We with AI and everything now, it's like, what are you to believe? Like, how are you to
Yeah.
believe anything that you see? I mean, unless you see it firsthand. Now, I have this other video here, and I've seen this video before, but this is probably the most clear I've seen it.
I've seen this video. Not this clear though.
Wait, we don't need the sound, I don't think. Is it an
See,
orb?
that more looks like, that more looks square, like a square shape.
Oh, yeah. Now I see the square. What is it? This is the cube-shaped
like a
UFO caught on
flat
camera by
square.
airline company. A
Oh,
flat
yeah,
square.
it definitely looks like a cube. Well, now that it says cube, but I didn't really read that comment. But yeah, it looks like a cube.
You know, it kind of terrifies me slightly to know that we are having visitors. If not,
I think the most terrifying thing about it is like the technology they have.
yeah, I think that's what scares me too, is that they are so far advanced. But that's the thing though, if they wanted to cause us harm, I feel like they would have done it. They've been around for hundreds of thousands of millions like a long time, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
I was just watching one of those documentaries, was it last night or the night before, and they were going and looking at the hieroglyphs and stuff, and showing how the depictions of aliens and things in the hieroglyphs. So if they wanted us gone, they probably would have done it.
Yeah, I agree.
Now, do you think that they're coming from outer space, or do you think that they're interdimensional?
Mm, it could possibly be both.
I think that their craft have the capability to go to outer space, but I think that they are multi-dimensional beings.
Yeah.
Or
I mean,
interdimensional beings.
I could agree with that. Because if they're coming through, if they have speed that they say they have, I feel like you can go through time and shit like that. Go through dimensions.
Yeah, well, that's actually something that they touch on in the documentary that I was telling you about on Netflix. Is that it's time travel.
That's an interesting theory. I can get behind that.
Well, what it was, now I'm remembering it a little bit more. So here, let me explain it. So they have technology that's able to see what we would look like hundreds of billions of years into the future, like based off of evolution, right? So
Yeah.
our cranium, our skull, would look that of what we say grays look like.
Mm-hmm.
So who's not to say that they aren't us from the future? That's why they are coming back and like watching over us and making sure that we don't mess up, because then they won't exist.
Yeah, or what if they're coming back because they did something wrong? And for them to look like the way they do, like you said, at evolution, maybe they did something. So they're coming back here, making sure we try not to do the same thing that they did.
That's interesting. So they're trying. So something may have happened in the future where they're now coming back to try to guide us away from that event. Maybe. Jesus,
Maybe.
what if we blew the world up or something? What if we ended our species? Well, then they wouldn't exist. See, that gets confusing.
Well, maybe I wouldn't have to say like the whole end of the world type of thing, but like, what if they were messing with some technology in it, they were, and then they got like turned into these gray creatures that we see. So they're coming back so we can, so they can prevent whatever happened to them happen to us.
I mean, that's possible.
Or maybe they're just aliens from outer space, just spying on us,
just
trying
spying on us.
just seeing what's going on.
I mean, that's possible. I wonder the same, you know, like what are their motives? Do you think that I think that maybe they're a protector in a way. I feel that they're necessary for our survival, yeah. Mhm. I mean, how they have sightings all around the world near like nuclear sites and whatnot. So they're keeping tabs on what we're doing with this technology because it could potentially destroy a lot, if not the world, I'm sure.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Maybe yeah. The protectors of Earth in this realm.
The protectors of space.
The protectors of space.
The protectors of space and time.
So, do you think the government is being honest about these UAPs like coming out in these meetings, or do you think that maybe they're like just maybe they have another agenda and they're
trying to
telling
brainwash
lies?
us to think of something else?
Yeah.
Or if they're just trying to brainwash us to think it's true, but it's not true. We all know there's something out there. I mean, 90% of the world thinks there's something out there. But what if they're saying this to make us feel better, but this is actually going on instead? So they're calling them UAPs.
Mm-hmm.
And this from something otherworldly or interdimensional. But what if they're saying that to cover up that it's actually us? They're
Maybe.
covering up the government saying, oh, well, yeah, these UFOs and UAPs are real. And they're interdimensional creatures or outer space creatures, whatever they say. But it's actually the government flying these things around and
Oh, I see what you're saying.
covering it up, saying, oh, yeah, it's just this, but it's actually this. So you can think about that.
I mean,
You didn't think
maybe
of it that way.
maybe I could see that, maybe, but I feel like the technology's so far advanced that we're not there. We're nowhere near that.
But publicly, way nowhere near that.
Well, yeah, I see what you're saying. There could be some
The government can definitely be having all this technology that they're hiding from us right now, but we don't know about it. So we're just like, oh, well, yeah, like the whole AI thing that just came out.
Yeah.
Not out in the past year or two. Or however long AI it's been out. So they can do all this shit now with AI, but there's so much more they can do because we don't know, but they do.
Right. Now, what if these are like advanced technologies from other countries? Do you think that would change things?
I think we'd be in war.
If other countries have that kind of technology, I don't think that there would be much of a war.
Yeah, it's probably be like we're done. it just like surrender, be like, okay, we lose.
Yeah, you beat us, I guess. I don't know. Do you think that they pose a threat? I mean, obviously, because they were talking about like breaching security and things like that, but do you think that they have ulterior motives, or do you think they're here to harm us?
No, I mean, no one really no one knows that answer, but there could be. Well, we talked to Nancy in the first couple episodes every day, and she says there's good ones and there's bad ones, just like people.
Right.
So maybe the good ones or the bad ones are gonna try to do something, but the good ones aren't gonna do anything. Maybe the good ones might be stopping the bad ones from doing whatever they want to do.
That's possible too. Maybe there is a bigger battle at hand here that we're completely unaware of.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
It's just the thing is nobody knows.
So, do you trust what the witnesses were saying, even though they didn't have like hard evidence of anything?
See, I'm more of a hard evidence type of person. You need to put a hard evidence in front of me and be like, yeah, this is real. This is what happened. This is like, I would like to hear. I know it's never gonna happen until maybe more of this shit comes out. But the one guy, they were like, we would have to talk behind back doors. I would like to hear those. I would like to hear those conversations.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing, though. Like, some of the questions that they asked, like, I can't even remember one of the questions. I know that they said that they had bodies, but I'm just going to use that for an example. So they would be like, do you have bodies? And they'd say, we would like to discuss that behind closed doors. What do you mean? You're pretty much at that point saying, yeah, we do, but we don't want to publicly talk about it.
Yes, I would like to hear those backdoor types of conversations.
Yeah, I think that I would too. I think that, I mean, I believe what they're saying because there's other people to back up what they're saying. Like David Grush, Bob Lazar, like like those two, especially Bob Lazar. Some of the things that he was talking about as far as being one of the ones to work on the technology, that's pretty convincing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, yeah. I agree.
So let me ask you, since the government has been coming out and saying that they are witnessing these UAPs and that they do exist, they have bodies, pretty much confirming that we're not the only ones out here, has that persuaded your belief more towards like, wait, how do I want to word this? Like, have you had any doubt or any less doubt in the other things like ghosts and demons and cryptids and things like that? Or does the confirmation of aliens kind of solidify your belief that these other things are out there?
I would say it would probably more solidify my beliefs that I had a feeling I kind of knew these things were out there, but not factually. Or like, I have no evidence to prove they're out there, but like, if aliens are real, why can't Bigfoot be real? Why can't cryptids be real?
Right. I think that for me, at least, knowing that the government's now coming out saying that, yeah, these things are real, that we have witnessed them. We have 4K video. They said they have 4K video, high definition photos and video, but they're not releasing it.
Before we dive back into the paranormal stories, we wanted to take a moment and talk about something that's been really important in our investigations.
Yeah, the equipment we get from Ghost Stop. We've been using their gear for a while now, and it's made a huge difference in what we're able to capture and document.
Absolutely. Whether it's EMF detectors, spirit box, or thermal cameras, having reliable tools is crucial when you're out in the field. USOP has some of the best equipment we came across, and it's becoming an essential part of our investigations.
Yeah, and it's worth having the right tools when you're out there. Now, let's get back to the show. We've got some stories coming up that you won't want to miss.
I think they're going to slowly release it.
Yeah, probably. I'm sure things will start to leak more as time goes on.
No. If they have bodies of interdimensional creatures, aliens and stuff like that. Now, he says they don't have a body of a Bigfoot or any other type of cryptid, dogman. They have to have one somewhere.
Of Dogman or Bigfoot? Or both?
Both, either or.
I think that they probably know more than what they lead on to make us believe.
Yeah.
But I would definitely agree that they have to have a body of Bigfoot. I mean, we've heard people talk about stories of having to go on missions and eradicate these creatures.
Yeah.
Who's to say that they're not telling the truth? You know what I mean?
Well, we talked to Daniel James, and he said they have teams that go out and just specifically hunt Bigfoot and cryptids and stuff like that.
Yeah. I think I had a couple other videos I wanted to show you that were interesting. Actually, this one's just pictures. This one was posted 5 days ago by Unconsciousness 9500.
Yeah.
All right, so yeah, this was posted 5 days ago. It says it's a triangular mysterious object spotted over Trafalgar Square. So wait, was this in London?
Yeah, looks like London.
Well, I don't know what kind of. I don't know that that's thermal. That's probably some kind of filter on a camera. But what do you think of that?
Again, with AI, it's so hard to say, yeah, looks real. I can easily make that on AI with AI.
Right.
It's hard to say. I mean, I don't know.
Let me see. I'll show you a couple other ones here. This one's interesting. Now that one I feel like we're actually looking at something. It's not
it's moving very slow too.
Like it's been doctored or anything like that.
I'm taking a video of it.
Now I was gonna say maybe it's the Starlink thing, but they're all blinking.
I mean, it could just be the angle that they are, and then maybe the Starlink just looks like it's blinking. I think the Starlink is a lot closer together than that, though, too.
Yeah, I think that there's more of them and they're closer together. I don't know. That's really odd. Very strange. What's your thoughts?
Definitely strange.
There's another one that I had that was really something that was like, whoa. I wanted to show it to you, but I gotta find it. There's that video, and the guy's like, 1 minute I was looking at the bushes from the road, and next minute I was looking at the road from the bushes. Ah, man, it might not have been on TikTok. But what it was these people were driving down the road, and there was these lights in the sky, in the clouds, and they were like flashing, and then all of a sudden they just went and just was gone. You just seen them shoot off into the distance.
That's interesting.
Oh, man, I wish I could find it. Wasn't this one, was it? No. Oh, maybe I don't know where it's at then. I think what I'm trying to get at is like, because I know that we've talked about religion and our belief in God and things like that, but like, if you have this higher intelligent being that is telling you of your origin and it's not what you were told, like, are you going to believe it?
I don't know, because I don't know. I really don't know.
Because what that thing was just saying makes sense to me,
Mm-hmm.
and it freaks me out because it's like, okay, so yeah, maybe we are just a statistical likelihood. We are a happenstance.
Yeah.
We shouldn't exist, but we do. But
Maybe
like,
it is more of no, my wife, this might sound crazy. So wife, we're a planet, the solar system. Now, what if there's other spaceship, other places around the world doing other things, different terrain? Just like Star Wars. Just imagine Star Wars,
mhm.
but up in space. Like, obviously, it's all up in space, but like, what if that's all going on up there?
I mean, maybe. It's very possible. I think that if I found out, well, kind of going back on what that thing was saying, it said that there was, not word for word, but pretty much what it said, that there was a consciousness or a being that
Mm-hmm.
divided itself, right?
Yeah.
So,
Which you could say God and the devil.
or you could just,
Religions, religion standpoint.
right, or from like a consciousness, self-aware perspective, we are all one, yet we are all divided.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe that's what happened. It divided itself into Adam and Eve, reproduced, mutated, reproduced, mutated, reproduced.
Mm-hmm. Okay. It's hard to say.
We're a plague. We're a virus.
Possible.
We're a virus.
Possible.
Well, I don't think.
Now, if it's just somebody looking through a giant magnifying glass and like expecting us from all above,
That's a theory too, that we're just a bunch of ants in an ant farm and being observed.
that'd be creepy.
Oh, man, would you continue living life the way that we live it now, or would it be whatever?
I don't know. Because, I mean, even though you're in an ant farm, you're still gonna have a punishment and shit like that.
Can't you mean
Like
like
if you do,
natural consequences?
yeah, like if you're not gonna be able to just go kill somebody and get away with it. You're still gonna have
No,
to worry
because you
about
have all
going
the
to
other
jail.
ants. All the other ants have might get upset. Well, did you have anything else that you wanted to add to this before we start doing like outro stuff?
Yeah, before during that thing, they were talking about how fast these things go. They go fast as shit.
Yeah.
The speed, I think, what we can handle up to 4Gs, 5Gs.
I thought it was like 16 or
Well,
14 Gs.
we can.
I think it was, we can handle up to 14 Gs, and then our 17 Gs or something like that. Or some, I don't know. I remember that they were saying that one of the aircraft, like our top performing aircraft, can do like 17 Gs.
Yeah, and theirs is twice that.
Twice. I think it's more
Triple
than that.
that.
I think it's more than that. They said 1,000 G's. That's a lot.
Could you imagine?
You would disintegrate.
Ava.
You would red out.
It's just like hyperspeed on Star Wars. But if they can handle it, though, we couldn't. Thanks for listening to another episode of Exploring the Unknown. We have fun talking about these types of topics, and we like having the guests on as well. But with these, we can sit down and have a conversation with each other and talk about shit like UFOs, Bigfoot, and all that.
Yeah.
And almost stuff. Let's do some podcast mentions. Don't forget to go check out our YouTube. Subscribe and hit the bell button for every time we post a video. And down in the description below, we have a link. Go stop. That helps support the show. And if you don't feel comfortable doing that, we have a Cash App and PayPal on the website, exploringtheunknownpod.com. You can send a small donation there. And another thing, we're talking about starting out in Bigfoot convention here in Southwest Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
If you could be into something like that, comment down below. Do you have a question?
I do. Yes. Okay. Are you ready?
Yes.
Would you rather learn the absolute truth about UAPs, even if it's terrifying and changes how you view the universe, or remain in the dark but continue living without fear or uncertainty? And there are consequences to your decisions.
I'm going with the first one.
Okay. The truth could be unsettling or terrifying, fundamentally challenging beliefs about life and existence. However, it might also inspire scientific advancements and redefine humanity's place in the universe.
I really question my beliefs, so it's not going to make any difference knowing if it's real.
Yeah.
I really question my beliefs.
Yeah.
So that's not going to change.
See, that's such a problem for me because I feel like there's a downside to having the questions, but there's also a downside to being firmly rooted in the belief.
Yeah.
So I stay in the gray area.
You stay with the grace.
Yeah. All right. I think I'm good here.
All right. Till next time, keep exploring.
Bye.